not what I wanted to.
Good evening. I'd like to call the regular City of Vacaville Parks and Recreation Commission meeting of October 5th, 2022 to order and ask Ms. Secretary to call the roll.
Commissioner Oz?
Here.
Commissioner Berman? Commissioner Gutierrez?
Here.
Commissioner McMahon?
Here.
Commissioner Shea?
Here.
Vice Chair Thompson? Chair Backus?
Here. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Moving on to agenda item 3, approval of the agenda. I'm assuming everyone's had a chance to review the agenda. Do we have any amendments to the agenda?
Yes, Commission Chair, we have one amendment to the agenda. We would like to continue item 8A for the November 2nd meeting. So we would like to remove that item and discuss that at the November 2nd meeting.
Thank you. I think in light of having 2 commissioners out tonight, most folks will be agreeable, but do I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Second.
Second? Okay, so motion by McMahon and second by Oz. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, and the agenda is approved as amended. Agenda item number 4, approval of a minute. I'm sure everyone's had a chance to review our September 7th meeting minutes. Are there any additions or corrections that anyone has to the minute?
I have none, Chair.
Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion? And a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Let's see. So moving on to item 5, Acting Director Hubbard, could you please introduce agenda item 5 and the communication?
Yes, thank you, Commission Chair. As you recall, Patrick Murphy from Sustainable Solano came and spoke from Business from the Floor at your last meeting. So as a follow-up, he did send the commission information regarding his Rocky Hill Trail beautification project, and you should have that information in your packet. Thank you.
Thank you. The additional information was very helpful. Okay, so we have no presentations under agenda item 6. So moving right along to agenda item 7, business from the floor. This is the time to address the commission with issues that are not on the agenda, that are within the commission's subject matter jurisdiction. There is a maximum of 3 minutes per speaker. And does anyone wish to address the commission tonight? No? Okay, would you like to come to the podium?
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Fred Gutierrez. I'm a volunteer basketball coach here at the city of Vacaville. Been doing it for over 25 years. I'm also a volunteer at the libraries, tutor, English tutor. And I came today and I met Gonzalez and Ms. Reyes over here. And they told me that you guys were having a meeting today about the discussion that I wanted to bring up. That discussion is the skate center. The conditions of the skate center are unacceptable. I've been playing there, forever. But every year it gets worse. The floor, that floor is it's made out of tile, and it got cracks, it's got holes. 2 of my players this year at a practice, they tripped, because you trip on them, and they hurt their knees. And the mother of one of them is a nurse. She was very concerned. They asked me if there was a report done. And as far as I know, no report done. But there's been a numerous accidents over there because of the floor. It's the boards at the end of each basket on the one on the right side. they're falling off. It's gotten to the point where we had one coach this year on our 5th and 6th grade league that refused to play there. He just says, Mike, so at the practices, he never showed up. He was having practices at a outdoor recreation school. He never showed up to a practice. That was his way to protest. We have brought this up at the meetings with Jennifer Baker, the regional manager. So we've discussed it with her. I just thought that I would maybe talk to somebody here that can look at this and help us. Because also, people that come to see a game, this year, they changed all the seating because of the volleyball. And having to stand the whole time to watch a whole basketball game for 1 hour, it's not, the parents don't enjoy that. And this is all about the parents and the kid. And that's my concern. So, in the winter, the water leaks right through. And you know what they did? They put on a tarp to catch the water. It's still at the very corner of the court on that side. But well, this is years and years of this. And they were discussing this with me today, and they told me that Kate Center's contract is coming up soon. So that's interesting. And one of the things that I wanted to do was to get all the coaches, because we're also concerned about this, and maybe start up a petition and see if that might make anybody do something about it. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much for your time tonight. I appreciate it. And Coach Fred, we were on a team last year together. Alex was, we were winter
Alex.
in January, February. So thank you so
okay.
much for your volunteer service to
As a matter
the
of fact,
recreation
I wanted
program.
to get 7th and 8th graders. Because they always, I'm the last guy they call. They have no coaches. Parents always have first choice. So they've given me 4th graders in spring. They gave me 5th, 6th time. I really want 7th and 8th. That's the way we can be more competitive.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your service and your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will go ahead and close business from the floor, seeing no other folks in the room tonight. No items now under 8 business, so we'll move on to agenda item number 9, committee reports, and we'll start with Commissioner Shea and Play for All Committee. Mike? There, no, hold on. There you go.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Good news. The opening day is officially settled. It is going to be October 29th. There will be a ribbon cutting ceremony and some dedications for Play for All Park from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. The entire community is welcome, so we'd love to see a lot of people come out and experience this truly special park. There's lots of stuff being done at the last minute. Sod is being laid. The Wasserman hangar is being built. Flags should be hung by now. And there's 2 community work days coming up with Recology and then some faith groups that are coming to put some final touches on the park. So it'll be ready for the big day on October 29th at 10:30 a.m. So if anybody or everybody can make it, please come out.
And any commissioner questions or comments for Commissioner Shea? Seeing none, thank you so much, Commissioner Shea, for your updates on Play for All Park. And moving on to agenda item 10, reports of park planner. Mr. Gonzalez, would you like to give us an update on the various park projects?
I sure would. Good evening, commissioners. Just a few updates. I've got no graphic today. So for Centennial Park, our department has activated a new consultant Helix to finalize a Centennial Park Master Plan. Our other park planner, Hugh Hesterman, and the consultant will be conducting some additional outreach Saturday, December 3rd at 9:30 at our Ulata Center, and they will be having a virtual meeting that covers the same content on that same Wednesday, December the 7th. And I just wanted to point out that that would be the typical day that we would have our Park Commission meeting. Something to keep in mind on the off chance that something comes around and we want to potentially ask for a December meeting. Typically, we have December off. That was his reminder to me. I have one other update, and that is that I know I've been asked about this in the past, so I just want to make sure I put it out there. For North Village AP2, the Planning Commission has recommended adoption of the proposed addendums and amendments for their overall development at their September 20th meeting. And the project will be going to City Council later this month. So the proposed neighborhood park project is likely to come back to the Park Commission sometime in the near future. So I want to put that on your radar. Those are my updates.
Any question, Commissioner, question or comment for Park Planner Gonzalez? Commissioner Mc.
Hi, Nemo. I have one quick question, and it's more of a maintenance question. What is going on with Dreamers Park at Farmstead? I heard the other day that it was fenced off. Is there an issue out there?
I am not managing that project, so I don't know what's happening with that. But what I can do is I can talk to Hugh and report back on it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other commissioner questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item 11, reports of Recreation Manager Melody Ocampo, program update.
There we go. Good evening. And if our park planner, Mr. Gonzalez, could pull up my pad, there we go. Couple slides. I promise it's brief. All right, we're going to try. We've got a fancy new, oh, see, technology. I got a new gadget here. All right, look at that. Working with technology. So just wanted to share some of our exciting October events. There's quite a few that you see here. It's a busy month. We really like to kick it off in fall. All the way to the right, you'll see that Therapeutic Rec has 3 events coming up, 2 of which are just this weekend. So the Pumpkin Patch, the Pumpkins on the Patio, and then the Booze and Boogie. So just some different opportunities to interact, get some social activity, as well as decorate some pumpkins, or then the Booze and Boogies is more of a social dance, music, and activities. Also coming up this weekend is the Floating Pumpkin Patch. That's the one there in the bottom middle. So that is at our Graham Aquatic Center. Very exciting. Come out, jump in the pool. It is going to be hot this Saturday. So it will be a nice relief to get out of the heat one last time and grab a pumpkin and then do some fun activities with that. And then later on this month, we've got a teen dance on October 28th. That's the Alien Invasion that you see there on the bottom left. And then our annual Halloween event, which is where the fabulous dogs of Vacaville come out in their best dress, get their costumes on. We have a little costume contest. And it's not shown here, but there is a $5 entry fee. Otherwise, the event is free. So just if you're entering your dog in the costume contest, you have to just pay that entry fee. And then there are some really great prizes that come with winning. So those are the upcoming events. Let's see. And then just a couple other updates on some arts in the community. We have an Eagle Scout utility box painting at Andrews Park that was recently approved at the last city council meeting. So I'm working with the Scout to get that going, and they're going to be working. She is going to be utilizing volunteers from her troop, and we'll be painting a utility box at the kind of that long paved area of the plaza at Creek Walk down at the bottom of Andrews Park that is kind of where a lot of the farmers market takes place. So it's going to be kind of between the creek and the plaza there. So we also have the Vacaville Performing Arts Theater was approved to receive $150,000 in community grants so that we can help bring support to the performing arts community. trying to get some funding with OnStage no longer being connected with VPAT. We are trying to make sure that community organizations have some support so that the VPAT fees are not a burden to them and they can still bring their performances to the community. And then excitingly, we have received $150,000 from the council for an arts and culture master plan. And so that's something that we will be putting an RFP out for consultants to try and make sure that we really have a vision for our community and arts in it and ensure that the community's voice is a big part of that. And then just a couple little announcements about some volunteer opportunities coming up. Our Active Aging Thanksgiving dinner is coming up. That's in lunch. So it's more really takes place around the lunchtime, but we do call it a dinner, and that is held at McBride Senior Center, and it is on Thanksgiving Day, but we do need volunteers both before and during the day. So if you or anyone you know is interested, please let me know. And then the Creek Walk Band Selection Committee, this is just a little bit of a preview. This will be on your agenda next month, but we had some dates, so I like to get them out and let people know so they can check their calendars. So we do have a band submission deadline. So if you know any bands that want to apply, November 18th is the date. They want to get us that information and just send us all those details on what they need to send us are on our website. They're in the events guide that recently went out to homes. And then the actual committee meeting, which we will be asking again volunteers for the next committee meeting, commission meeting, sorry. That meeting will be taking place December 6th. Lots of meetings. All right, and that is it. All right.
Any commissioner questions or comments for Melody? I did have one. The 150K you said was the Arts and Culture Master Plan. Was that on a city council agenda? Did we miss it?
It was under the ARPA funding.
Oh,
It was an
ARPA.
ARPA
Okay, thank you.
allocation.
I'll have to go back and watch. Any other questions or comments? Yes. Oh, I didn't see you.
And so the $150,000 for VPAT also came from the commission?
Correct,
the
from
council as
ARPA.
well?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Thank you so much, Melody. So moving on to agenda item 12, reports of the acting director, Reggie Hubbard, who will give us some updates on the department.
Thank you, Commission Chair. Just two quick updates. A bit of good news that, and if you've been here for a while, you know about the cell tower sites at Nelson Park. There are like 6 cell tower sites there that kind of get in the way of our participants. And we're going to have one removed over the next couple months. So one of the cell tower companies is relocating their tower in the little building that comes with the tower. And we've been trying to get those removed for some time now. So we're excited that that's going to happen soon, and they will have to put it back into its original place, our original standard. So we're excited about that, and we're working with the contractor to get that done. The other thing I wanted to circle back on, we had the tennis folks come and speak, and also the pickleball folks come and speak at both council and commission meeting. And I just wanted to inform the commission that one of our supervisors, Elizabeth Crescente, will be coordinating a meeting with both groups to hear them out, get an understanding of their needs, and how we can support them in the future. And so that meeting will be happening on October 25th. And so we'll be reporting back out on that as well. But we wanted to get those groups together, knowing that they both came to, the commission and council, and just kind of get an idea of, their needs and how they can coexist on some of the facilities that we have. And those are the two things that I have. I can answer any questions.
Any commissioner questions or comments for Acting Director Hubbard? And just to confirm, that's a joint meeting, correct? Yeah. Commissioner Gutierrez, the question.
So after the meeting happens with the pickleball group and the tennis group, will it depend on what the meeting consists of? If that will come back to the commission, whatever their wants are or demands, like what will be the next step after that?
Yeah. We will come back either under reports of the director or reports of the manager, because Elizabeth and Melody kind of tag team. One will come to one meeting, and then we'll inform the commission on the kind of the outcome of that meeting and where we're going to go next with those groups.
Okay, thank you. No more questions. We'll move on to agenda item 13, reports of the commission. Commissioner Oz.
Thank you, Chair. I have nothing to report other than just a comment. The Park and Recreation Master Plan prioritization that was on the agenda for tonight is, I think, is an important agenda item. And I spent, quite a bit of time sort of getting my priorities and try to, think through that process. And I'm just pleased that I actually have another month to do that because I felt like I didn't get quite enough time. But I'm taking it seriously and looking forward to that item next month.
Thank you. Commissioner Gutierrez, sorry, opening the wrong mics over here. Okay.
Just a couple of comments. Recently, there's been a lot of forums for council members and mayors, parks and recs. It's been really nice to see that being a topic being discussed. So I encourage people to listen to those. It's nice to hear the community's thoughts and opinions on parks and recs. So definitely encourage people to listen to those. Also, I am a member of the Equity Task Force for Vacaville Unified School District and also on a committee with Solano Land Trust. And there's been a lot of discussions about children and parks and field trips. And I'm like, maybe I'm in the right place. And I just love to figure out how to be a liaison between those groups. There's just been a lot of talk about wanting to engage students in Parks and Rec. I believe we already have a strong relationship with the school district and Solano Land Trust, but as we're coming out with these different programs with those entities, I just love to figure out how I can be, a bridge. And that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Commissioner McMahon.
Thank you, Chair. I have nothing to report, just thank you, everyone. And I know we're entering into a busy season with the holidays coming up. So I would just ask the staff, if there's any way that we can help you, please let us know. I think there's plenty of us here that have a little bit of spare time in our lives, and we'd love to help out at the different events. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioner Shea.
I also don't have anything to report, but thank you to staff. And then another quick plug for the Play for All grand opening. If the community and anybody from Parks and Recreation or the commission can make it on October 29th at 10:30 a.m., you would be very welcome, and it'll be a really cool, fun day. And they've got some really exciting things planned for the opening, and a lot of people will be participating in the ribbon cutting. So if you can get out to that, please do.
Great, thank you. So let's see, a couple of updates. Definitely concur with Commissioner Gutierrez on lots of candidate forums happening. So really, just a really exciting time, I think, for Vacaville to be engaged in the upcoming elections. And, just to name a few, if you can watch a few on YouTube, there's actually one tonight with Chamber of Commerce, but League of Women Voters, Vacaville People's Forum, hosting the candidates and asking them some really hard questions and how our local officials are going to serve. And like Aisha said, definitely questions on Parks and Rec. So this past month, we started soccer, so it's been crazy busy at Horse Creek. So if you haven't had a chance to get out there, they did open a 5th field. So they've got tons of games happening every Saturday, tons of kids running around and having lots of fun outdoors. And it's been really great just to see all the families out there, and their registration numbers must be huge. We also started fall ball this month with our middle, and so he's playing on a fall ball team with the city program, and so it's been really great. My husband's coaching. I guess I'm sort of managing, or just kind of managing logistics, and so just wanted to give a shout out to Jennifer Baker, who's the rec coordinator for that. She's been amazing, and having been on a little league or a softball board. She's doing a lot for one person when some of these boards have multiple people doing multiple things. So just kudos to her. She's done a lot of great work this past season to get fall ball up and going. And then just a note, so in the agenda packet, there's a report from Public Works on some of the items that have happening. So I'm sure folks have had a chance to review it, but did just want to give I guess, a note, some feedback about, I was out at Keating last month when those new trees were being installed, and it was during a travel baseball tournament, and it was great chaos. So they had a tractor, like one of those back diggers, and trucks and trailers. And so just really want to encourage communication, I think, between the departments, Public Works and Parks and Rec, as much as possible, because I think, there was obviously, it was a travel tournament, so there was games happening on all the fields at Keating. And so, when you kind of take a step back and look at it, there was hundreds of families out there, probably mostly from out of town or potentially out of state, who are coming and seeing, like, visiting a park in Vacaville and then having to experience traffic jams inside Keating or not enough parking, because there's literally like trucks and tractors blocking areas for parking. So I sent Reggie an email about that and let him know, and just checked in, but just would strongly encourage better communication on projects like that when a lot of activities are happening at our park. With that, are there any other commissioner comments? Right. Well, with that, it was a short meeting tonight, but definitely, like Commissioner Oz mentioned, definitely looking forward to the next meeting and the presentation that Nemo will be giving us. So with that, we'll adjourn until the regular meeting on Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022 at 6 p.m. Thank you.